I like to tell you about races that I think are important, whether you live in the state where they're happening or not, stuff that could affect the whole country. And Dan Osborne, running for Senate in Nebraska, is one of those. He is a lifelong Nebraskan, blue-collar guy, works as a mechanic. He was in the Nebraska National Guard, and he's going up against one of the richest members of the Senate, Republican Pete Ricketts. I could sit here and tell you how awful Pete is, but honestly, Dan just dropped a fire campaign video that does a really good job of that, so I'm going to play you that. Stick around for after. I'm going to tell you how you can support and why you should support Dan, even if you don't live in Nebraska.
Billionaire politician Pete Ricketts votes for historic tax cut for 1%.
This garbage bill just hurts workers.
Many hoping mechanic Dan Osborne will run. Polls show a close race.
There's a lot of rich guys in Washington like Pete Ricketts, but not a lot with hands like these. We fix their cars, grow their food, fight their wars. Politicians like Senator Pete Ricketts are the problem. His dad worked for a living. But Petey, he got his money the fast way, his billionaire family. For 20 years, he's been trying to buy power in Nebraska, throwing big money against Republicans, Democrats, independents, anyone who's not willing to do his bidding. Wall Street Pete bought his Senate seat. And what's he done? Whatever's best for Pete. He made $10 million off the stock market in 1 month this year. That's real. But when working people need his help, it's always the same old story. Crickets from Ricketts. Bye, Pete. My story is a little different.
Independent Dan Osborne.
Dan Osborne.
Dan Osborne.
The candidate no one saw coming.
There's nobody like us in the United States Senate.
I'm a Nebraskan. My dad is a vet, a Republican county commissioner. I spent my life as an industrial mechanic fixing stuff. I served in the Navy and the Nebraska Army National Guard. I've been a registered independent my whole life. I didn't buy my way into politics. I only got involved when the corporate bosses came after my coworkers at the factory. I'm running for Senate because Congress shouldn't just be a playground for the rich. We got to make things more affordable, secure the border, and take on the corruption in Washington. Congress spends their time bickering about how much we should cut taxes for billionaires and multinational corporations. We're just an afterthought. My kids and yours deserve an American dream too. So yeah, I'm running. Taking on one of the richest guys in Nebraska is pretty hard. He'll have a lot to say about me and a lot of money to do it. But in Nebraska, the little guys need a fair shake too. I think this fight's a big one worth taking on.
If you want to fix Washington, send in a mechanic.
Dan Osborne has a really good shot at winning this. A chance at flipping that seat if he has the resources to do so. This would be a win for Nebraska and a win for the country as a whole, quite frankly. These are the kind of people we want to see being public servants and working to help the people in their community who they're clearly one of and understand. So if you live in Nebraska, support Dan Osborne. If you know people who live in Nebraska, encourage them to support Dan Osborne. Even if you're not, though, there's a link in my bio where you can donate to his campaign. Because, again, Pete Ricketts has deep pockets. He's going to be spreading all kinds of nonsense. He's going to try and drown out Dan with just white noise. And if enough of us support him, we can get past that. So take a moment to look at that. Support Dan Osborne for Nebraska.